What's going on, people? I am Swavor, and this is Opinionated Facts. And today we're going to be talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Today I have with me the panel again. This is Mrs. Cece, journey to be great.
Hello, people.
Coco,
Hi.
and my guy Elliot once again.
Hey, everybody.
So what's going on here?
Okay. Well, Johnny Depp is suing his ex-wife, Amber Heard, for defamation because of an article she wrote, I think in like 2018 or something like that. But she is turning around and she is countersuing him for, I think, $100 million. I guess also for defamation and like abuse and all kinds of stuff. So that's basically what's going on. That's the gist.
Well, I can tell you, to say the least, the confusion is there in my mind because I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what is going on here. So I gotta go with this first though. So why is it that she waited that long anyway? And if she was just gonna come out and say what she was gonna say about Mr. Depp, why is she doing it a post to writing an article to the Washington Post?
Who knows? Yeah, it could be to be vindictive in some sort of way. You know, it just with these type of things, you never know the person's, their real motive.
But you know what? Going back to the beginning, when I first started reading about this, it was, and I don't know if it was in their divorce proceedings, but it was stated that she asked him, or she wanted him to give her like 3 of his properties, like 3 of his condos or something like that, and allow her to keep I want to say it's a black Range Rover. And I guess in exchange for those things that she wouldn't she wouldn't voice what was going on in their marriage or whatever. I don't know if he said hell no, and then she wrote the article because she definitely wrote it, but like it was stated, it was an article. I wish I could I'm gonna have to find it, but it was an article where it was her lawyers, they wrote to his lawyers basically stating that, kind of in to me it was like a blackmail thing, like we don't want this to get messy, so let's keep it cute and give our girl the 3 condos and the Range Rover, and she won't say anything. And I guess he was like nope, and here we are.
So he crossed the line at the Rangers. He's
like I
condos
enough
maybe,
now.
but you ain't finna. Now hold on, now you ain't finna get the
Rangers. You're going too far now.
Let's dip on your chip, okay?
Right.
Hey, what'd you say? I tell you what.
Now, you got it.
Hey, but no, so okay, because I'm trying to get it straight, man. I really am trying to get it straight. So what you said something earlier, Cece, that was about this whole situation. Did you go into that again?
It was a lot. It was just a whole lot being that lot of information out there, a lot of accusations. I do know the two, they met, from what I read, they met in 2009, I believe. On the set of the Rom Diary, which I've never seen it, never heard of it. Both of them were in relationships. They end up splitting from who they were in relationships with in 2012. They got engaged in 2014 and married in 2015. So the relationship she was in a relationship with a woman. She ended up getting arrested for abuse. Allegedly, she was allegedly arrested for abusing her partner. However, the partner did come out and say that wasn't true, that the incident that took place with them was misinterpreted. So,
man, that is so crazy. I'm trying to find.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, not trying to cut you off. So that makes sense. As when I read this part, she was talking about some of the abuse allegations. She mentioned like a series of times where he abused her, right? She talks about the Met Gala. I want to say the Met Gala of 2018. where they or maybe 2017, but either way, when they left, they got home or whatever, like she talks about how he was, hitting her or whatever because he thought that she was cheating on him with a woman who was a co-star in a movie with her at that time. And I couldn't understand when I read that, like, why did he think that she was cheating with a woman? Like, in my mind, obviously I'm thinking like, okay, well, she must have had some type of dealings or something. But now it makes sense. I mean, if she's, been in a relationship before with a woman, then, well, yeah, I guess I could kind of see that concern. So that makes sense now.
Right. And she was also accused of cheating with James Franco. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with him.
I heard the name before.
Yeah, he's an actor, as well as during her time with Johnny Depp, she was also accused of cheating with Elon Musk as well.
Oh, she going for the bag,
now
man.
look,
Yeah.
now look, you only going to get accused so many times.
It's something that's true now. What's going on?
But what was interesting, I did see when they were going through their court proceedings, that they showed there was a video of her and James Franco in the elevator, and it looked like she was, like he had his head leaning on her shoulder or something like that. And they were saying that they were going back to the apartment that her and Johnny Depp shared together.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Amber was kind of turned up, it seems like.
Yeah.
Her knob was broke.
I wish you would beat me allegedly, and then you out here. You beat me and cheating on me too?
Allegedly.
That's crazy.
Right.
You got to put that allegedly in there. Allegedly.
Wait a minute, but we saying allegedly. However, there was a recording that was played in court where she was telling Johnny, "I didn't punch you, I hit you." And she was,
I saw that headline. And I'm like,
right.
Now wait a minute, what's the difference now?
And she was, screaming at him, telling him he was being a baby, and
she called that man a hoe.
Oh man, look, I know I might be skipping around here, but I don't know I know you guys saw the thing about the whole bottle thing, but Depp supposedly sexually assaulted her with the bottle.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't. I didn't get a whole lot of information about that, but I'm saying, like, it seemed like these are two people that are really just out of their mind. Like, both of them seem to be like this
wilder.
Yeah, man, just out there. And then it's like now one's mad at the other, and I guess it's the feelings mutual from the other side as well. So now we're just gonna go and try to destroy each other the best way way that we can.
But there are pictures, like I'm looking at this article where she talks about how he snatched like a plug of hair out of her head, and it is a picture of a whole circle, this bear on her scalp. And then there's pictures as well, like of her like eye with like marks on it and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. Like, they just got obviously no proof necessarily that we have. I don't know if they went into I don't know if she went to the doctor after that bottle situation. I was reading about the bottle part, and as much, I guess, detail as she could give, she just kind of talked about how she didn't feel anything, which I'm not gonna get on that, but she said she didn't really feel it, like she didn't feel pain, but she just kept saying that because she said it was broken glasses everywhere, like they were having a fight. He was throwing glasses and bottles and cans at her, and there was like blood. Now there are pictures of this was in Australia. This particular incident took place in Australia, and the house looked a wreck. I mean, it's like blood and paint, and it looks crazy. So somebody lost their mind in there. I don't know who, could have been both, but and this is the incident where he kind of like lost part of his finger as well. So yeah, man, it's like it almost seems as though like nobody is innocent here. It you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who did what for sure, but it just seems like both of them might have had some dealings and crazy.
I wonder, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wonder, has Johnny Depp, has he had any allegations other than from her, from any other females?
Technically, well, as far all I know is I just found this today. He sued. Hold on, The Sun. I think it's a British newspaper.
Yeah.
That was in 2012. He sued them for libel because they called him a wife beater. But he lost. He lost that case. So that's all I saw. But I don't know if there's anything else out there.
Well, I did see, I can't remember exactly where, but his ex-wife, that she kind of came to his defense saying that, you know, those allegations weren't true. Well, as far as him being that type of person, you know, she basically came out to defend his character.
Okay.
You know, I'm reading this right here. I had to share this too. So going back to the whole thing about the bottle, because that's just really got me. So she testified that Depp threatened her life shortly after the pair were married. This is coming from theguardian.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just weeks later after they had gotten married in Australia. It says, while filming Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he sexually assaulted me with a bottle of Maker's Mark. Oh, and he said, I'll effing kill you. And she said that she was scared as she had just married him. Then she said months later, Depp broke her nose and ripped out chunks of her hair in another violent encounter. Going back to what you said, Coco.
Yeah. And that was the 2000, I think I just saw it was the 2014 Met Gala. That's where it was.
So he's saying he never hit her and that she was the one who was abusing him.
Yeah.
And she actually threw allegedly a bottle of vodka, and that's what actually severed his finger. So he actually lost the finger, right?
Well, the picture that I see, it's like the first joint. That's what it looks like. I don't know if they were able to reattach it or not. See, she tells a different story. When the article that I was reading where she was talking about the bottle incident, she talks about that she took two pain pills and went to sleep. And when she woke up, he was missing that finger. That's what she said. And then he said, well, no, my finger is missing because you threw, I guess, this bottle at me or whatever.
So my question is, let's go with her story. So how did your finger all of a sudden come up missing?
Well, she was trying to say or allege, and it's a lot of pictures, I guess, that she took. She was basically in an article that I was reading about, I guess this is probably stemming from her op-ed, maybe. She was basically saying that he abused drugs, a lot of drugs, right? He hid it from her. And so she didn't necessarily know what he was using. And she would say something, I guess, to whoever, or to him, mainly to him, about his actions while he was high or under the influence. And he would deny it and say, like, you know, you're lying, whatever. So she started taking pictures of him, like, sleep after he has, you know, gotten high or whatever, or I guess drinking a lot or whatever. She would take pictures of all these different things so that I guess she could have proof. Because she said that it was like his employees would come and, like, you know, kind of take care of him and clean him up when he would go crazy or whatever and do stuff like this. So that's where all these pictures came from. So there's a picture of him lying on a gurney that looks like in a hospital or whatever, where that tip of his finger is missing. So if in fact, you know, her part is true that she went to sleep, I mean, all this other stuff that he's saying that she's saying that he did, maybe he did it to himself, or, you know what I'm saying, like he was in there having a fit or whatever and mess it up himself. I'm with what I'm seeing on these walls and in these pictures and stuff like that, it's very possible. So I don't know.
I'm also seeing this too from that same article, The Guardian, that she tried to get him some help, and she said that she tried to distance herself from the relationship, but was always drawn back in when Depp would achieve brief periods of sobriety.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, what you just said kind of had me concerned. Why would she be taking pictures? It's almost like she was setting him up. I mean, because think about it. If your significant other was getting whatever, drunk, high, whatever it may be, what would make you want to take pictures of him?
Well, I know on the stand, she mentioned, even with the recording, she mentioned that she was doing that because he would get wasted and he wouldn't remember anything. So she wanted to, you know, have proof of his actions. That's
so she
you
could
know that's
show
what she
him.
testified. Yeah, in court.
But it probably was also, to me, in my mind, if I was to do something like that, it would be because of defense. Because if I have to defend myself to where you get like really hurt, and or unfortunately, if I have to, which I would get out of this situation beforehand. At least that's what I'm. Anyway, if you have to like prove like why you defended yourself that ended up, killing this person, you have to prove that. But to me, in issues with domestic violence or whatever, isn't that the purpose in going to the police or whatever? I mean, and I understand they both had, careers and reputations or whatever to uphold, but it didn't work out so well because both of them have lost roles and major roles and money. So to me, you had been better off going to the police, and then you could have had some proof right then and there that this wasn't defamation or whatever. Like, it is true. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not making things up about you. You were abusive and you were high on drugs and drunk.
But it's crazy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I do what I say. What's crazy, if you notice a lot of times, especially like with celebrities of stature or or any type of name, when stuff like this happens, they do rarely go to the police. I don't know if it's a fear of once it's attached to your name, you're not going to get any roles, or you just don't want the publicity because once it's out there, people are going to be, they're already all over you because you are a celebrity, and then with this added, you basically adding even more fuel to the fire. So I wonder if that's a lot of celebrities' mindset when it comes to this stuff is they just it causes more problems in their mind.
I think that's exactly why it is. They don't want that negative publicity, as well as it will hurt their opportunity with future jobs. Because even with this whole incident with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, he was supposed to be in Fantastic Beasts 3, which I didn't know there were 2 more. I never even knew about Fantastic Beasts, but it
I ain't know about one.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically what that is, it's a prequel to Harry Potter. Like, I never got into Harry Potter either. So
really?
Either.
So they end up dropping him from Fantastic Beasts 3. However, because he signed a pay or play contract, he was still able to walk away with $16 million, even though he didn't star in the movie. So he didn't, he couldn't get in the movie, but he still got the bag. And with her, she's in Aquaman. Again, I didn't know that until all this was going on. So initially, with all this coming out, the details, the fans, want her completely removed from the movie. So back in July 2021, the producer, he stated basically that they weren't going to react to any pressure from the fans. So they started an online petition that got up to, like, according to, I think this is New York Post. It got up to like 3 million signatures, which I did not know that online petitions work, because I was like, okay, who does this go to if you're doing an online petition?
Right.
So I didn't know it worked. But apparently with the gaining pressure, because they were threatened to boycott the movie basically. And they invested all this movie into filming, so of course they didn't want that. So now supposedly they didn't actually remove her completely, but supposedly they reduced her role to like 10 minutes now. So.
Yeah. Well, she might get a little sandwich bag. She ain't gonna get the whole bag.
Yeah.
little Ziploc.
Yeah, little Ziploc bag.
Right.
This is very similar to the other situation that we were covering with Rob Kardashian and Black China.
Mm-hmm.
She just lost her thing, right? What was the whole thing that she was trying to say, that Rob was abusing her, but it turns out, I guess the judge didn't see what she was saying was what actually happened. So she lost, I think, that situation. I don't even know where it's going from there, but I just thought that was interesting because it's very similar to what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't remember. I don't remember if she said that he abused her or not, but he definitely said, and other people said that they definitely had like domestic issues, basically. But her biggest issue was really with his mom and his sisters or whatever about, the show being
That is
canceled or
true.
whatever, and also losing money. So very, very similar, extremely similar to this.
Right. Another similarity. I guess these women have some very terrible sense of humors, because if you remember, with the Rob Kardashian and China case, I think she pointed a gun to his head. It was, supposedly it wasn't loaded, but she pointed it to his head, said she was joking. And in this case, Amber Heard, which she confessed to the security guard, or I think he was the security guard or whatever, but confessed that, it was a horrible practical joke went wrong when she allegedly defecated in the bed on Johnny Depp's side of the bed.
This is how I feel about you.
I was wondering if she ever spoke on that, but girl, how is that a joke?
How is that right?
Like, what is the punchline?
Like, I have questions on that one. That's crazy.
And when Johnny Depp saw the pictures, he confronted her about it. She was saying that it was the dogs, and these were teacup dogs, but he said clearly those turds didn't come from those dogs.
She dropped the load, in other words. That's a load.
Yeah. Yeah, that little Popeyes,
That's what it was.
That biscuit do something to you.
So
the red beans.
Right.
That's so gross.
Undefeated.
Yeah. Terrible sense of humor.
Yeah.
Check this out.
It's crazy.
Check this out, man. Somebody said something I thought was pretty cool. I'm just reading here. And they were saying, like, it's remarkable that Heard chose to author the op that she did and put everything out like she's put everything out. And knowing that she had some of the skeletons in her closet. So let me clear that up. So basically what I'm saying is that, like, with them both having so many things, skeletons in their closet, it's amazing how they would come out and even say anything at all. Just about what's going on between the two.
Yeah. Right. And she probably didn't think as much would be exposed by her, because I did read that she fired her PR team and she, got another PR. So she probably didn't expect all of this stuff to come out about her like it did.
Yeah. If I was just like squeaky clean in this, and the only thing that I did wrong here was stay in a situation that I should have left a long time ago, then I could see me, maybe, I guess her claim was that she wrote the article to help other people, like, 'cause she is, known by somebody, well-known celebrity that, endured and survived domestic abuse. So that was her point in writing it. And she didn't name him, but obviously everybody could put two and two together and figure out, that it was him. But yeah, if I had a hand in doing anything to this man, if I, whatever, if I abused him or whatever as well, like, and antagonized him or whatever as well, I wouldn't have written anything. So I don't know. That's really interesting.
Maybe. Yeah. I told y'all earlier. I feel like she was ready to go, and I think she was looking for a way out. And I think maybe she even knew that this had the potential of happening. As far as what she was writing, it getting out. Maybe she knew that from the start. What I'm taking from this for myself is you really don't know. I'm getting this from E2. You really don't know who you're talking to, man. Things could be great in the beginning, and it could just really go sour. And I think sometimes too, when you with somebody, some of the most and I have to be careful when I say this, unnormal things can become really normal. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we need to seek more therapy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
I think, because I was just kind of curious or whatever about, him or whatever. And I did see that he mentioned during this trial that his mom was abusive to him. So, and his siblings and his father. And so, and he says that, you know, it had a lot of weight on them and just kind of how they, you know, grew up and all of that. And if that is true, you know, he definitely should have sought out therapy on his own. Now, I don't know anything about her and her upbringing, but, you know, people have traumas that they don't even necessarily know is a trauma, you know, like you were saying, you know what I'm saying, like something that's abnormal, whatever for you, you know, or to, you know, or normal for you, I guess, and you go and tell it to somebody else, they're like, yeah, that's weird. That's not right. You know, you know, they shouldn't have done that or whatever. You know, sometimes you don't really know because you got so used to it or whatever, you lived it. And, you know, thank goodness you made it through. But yeah, definitely therapy is needed. And then I wonder too, you know, I feel like the way in which she is described that he was acting or whatever, I don't feel like that started like on the day, you know, I feel like she had to see signs of that before they got married or whatever. Because I feel like, Corey, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like you said something about something that happened at, or maybe I said it, something that happened at the engagement party. I know I read something about he gave her dad drugs at their engagement party, which is weird. That's weird. That's not
the party,
normal.
man. He wanted to party and party hard.
You're supplying my dad. Like, no, like that's not cool. Like,
and I saw too that they left and got more down. Or something like that.
Pop was ready.
No. So yeah, warning signs. Definitely pay attention to the warning signs, like any red flags. Really, I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, you know, whatever it might be, because maybe, you know, it was a party where the drugs were flowing, so maybe it wasn't that big of a deal, you know. But like if if I'm dating somebody or whatever, and I'm, you know, wanting to get engaged to them or whatever, and they try, first of all, my daddy not gonna go for that, but that's just my daddy. But if you try to pass some drugs off to my daddy, like that's not gonna work out. Like we're not gonna work out at all.
Yeah.
Hey, what if he surprised you? He was like, "Hey, what's that?" I used to do a little bit of that back in the day. Yeah,
that booger sugar.
Yeah.
You over here got Papa off a perk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got to say this too though, because this is interesting too. This is coming from Wikipedia, so you know, you just never know. But anyway, it's saying that Amber Heard was raised as a Catholic, but began identifying as an atheist at the age of 16 when her best friend died in a car crash. The following year, Heard said she no longer felt comfortable in conservative, God-fearing Texas and dropped out of her Catholic high school to pursue an acting career in Los Angeles. So that's very interesting too. Now, again, that's Wikipedia. We don't know who went on there and fingered that. But, you know, hey, I do see there's some more articles here that's kind of, I don't know whether they copy that information or I don't know, but that is a very interesting thing. But we just have to be careful. I think you just don't know. And how people are raised is reason why we're bringing this up is how people are raised, whether it's right or wrong or weird or great, it's normal. So when you meet them, you have to be careful and choose wisely in what you can accept as normal, because when you get with somebody, they will bring whatever they got going on to you, and they will expect you to accept what they're doing as normal as well.
I think
oh, go ahead, Elliot. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that, you know, kind of going back to what both of y'all said. I mean, when you get with somebody, you're gonna get, you know, they're gonna show you what they want you to see. You're gonna see their best, but you're gonna automatically see their worst too, because nobody can hide it for forever. So when folks are showing you signs of their worst, the longer you stay with them, you're basically choosing to accept that. So if I say that to say, when you're starting out, if you're seeing these signs and you're like, I can't really rock with that, or I don't know about this, then you need to go ahead and get out. You know, a lot of times people, they think, they try to overlook it. For some reason, they think that, oh, it'll be better once we've been in a relationship for a good little minute, or, if we're engaged or if we're married and stuff like that. But, you know, how somebody acts before is just going to be how they act after. It doesn't matter what happens in between that. Like, so when you see how folks is, you need to take them at face value and then move accordingly.
I agree. And don't play the role of a therapist if that's not what you are.
Right.
I mean, we got a few more weeks, according to I want to say that Guardian article says that we're in for like another 3 weeks probably of, because like she just took the stand for the first time, I think this week. It's like past Wednesday. So we still have some more information. I feel like they've already told us too much of their business anyway, but
Yeah, we don't need.
I'm good, bro. I'm so good. The bottle, the poop, I'm good. That's enough.
That's
But
yeah. That's
so
a
I guess
lot.
we'll hear the decision on, the suit and then the countersuit. I guess we'll hear the decision on that in a little while, I guess.
All right. Well, we may touch on that in the next episode. But this is Opinionated Facts. I'm Swavor. This is the panel. Until next time, peace.